In 2013, my boyfriend, now husband, asked me what I thought about moving some of his mutual fund money into Bitcoin. And I said, that sounds cool and great, but I'm no expert. Your mutual fund seems kind of too important to mess up. That was mistake number one, but it definitely wasn't my last. Today, I'm sharing the 5 biggest mistakes I've made with crypto and what I wish I had done differently. Some of these cost me money, some cost me time, and one of them, well, let's just say it involved a bankrupt crypto company and a very expensive lesson about trust. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, this is Laura, and this channel is all about making crypto and Bitcoin accessible for regular people. No hype, no moon talk, just real conversations about what this actually is and how it works. If you've been watching my videos, you know I've been in crypto since 2017. That's about 9 years now. And in those 9 years, I have made some really dumb decisions, like embarrassingly dumb. But here's the thing, I've learned from every single one. And if sharing my mistakes helps even one person avoid them, totally worth it. Mistake number one, I waited too long to take even a small step. Remember that conversation I mentioned back in 2013 when Dan asked me about Bitcoin and I said his mutual fund was too important to mess up? Here's what I wish I said instead. You know what? Let's buy $20 worth and see what happens. $20. That's it. That's all we needed to do to start learning. But we didn't. We waited and waited and waited another 4 years before we bought any. And you want to know why we waited so long? I thought we needed to be an expert. I thought I had to buy a whole Bitcoin or it wasn't worth it. Turns out that was all completely wrong. You don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin to get started. Did you know that? Bitcoin is divisible down to 8 decimal places. The smallest unit is called a Satoshi, named after Bitcoin's creator. You can buy just a few dollars worth. In fact, we're going to talk about that more in a future video because it's one of the biggest misconceptions about Bitcoin. People think it costs $100,000 to get started. Nope. You can start with $10 if you want. So here's what I wish I had done. Bought a tiny amount, like $20 or $50, just to go through the process, just to see what it felt like, just to start. Because here's the truth. You learn by doing, not by watching YouTube videos for 4 years while you work up the courage. You don't have to jump in feet first. You can wade in. You can dip your toe. You can just buy $20 worth to see how it works. So if you're watching this and you've been on the fence about crypto, start small, like embarrassingly small. Small enough that if it goes to zero tomorrow, you wouldn't lose sleep over it. And then learn as you go. Mistake number two, I didn't set up a dollar cost averaging schedule. Okay, so what is dollar cost averaging? Great question. Actually, should we do a video on crypto lingo? I think that would be fun, yeah? Okay, we're gonna do that. Back to the script now. Dollar cost averaging, or DCA, is when you buy an asset on a regular schedule instead of a lump sum or like whenever you feel like it or whenever you think the market is right. So instead of buying $1,000 worth of Bitcoin all at once, you'd buy $100 every week for 10 weeks or $250 every month for 4 months, whatever works for you. And here's why that matters. It takes the emotion out of buying because let me tell you, trying to time the market, exhausting, and you're usually going to be wrong. You want to know what I did instead? I waited for the perfect time. I waited for Bitcoin to drop. Then when it dropped, I'd panic and think, oh no, what if it drops more? So I'd wait. Then it would go back up and I'd think, oh, I missed it. I'll wait for the next dip. It was a cycle, a very expensive, very stupid cycle. If I would have just set up a simple DCA schedule, let's say $50 a week, I would have automatically bought when the prices were high, when the prices were low, and when the prices were just right. And on average, I would have gotten a better price than trying to be some kind of market genius. Plus, most crypto exchanges let you set this up automatically. You can do daily, weekly, monthly, whatever works for your budget. Set it and forget it. Would this have gotten me more Bitcoin? Probably. Would it have gotten me better prices overall? Almost definitely. Would it have saved me from obsessively checking the price every 10 minutes trying to time my buy? Absolutely. So yeah, mistake number two, not setting up a DCA schedule from day one. Mistake number three, I didn't listen to the not your keys, not your crypto mantra. This one hurts. And this one cost me actual money. So there is the saying in crypto, not your keys, not your crypto. What does that mean? It means if you don't control the private keys to your Bitcoin, meaning it's sitting on an exchange or with a company, you don't actually own it. They do. You're just trusting them to hold it for you. And I knew this. I knew this, but I didn't listen. I invested in a company called Celsius. They were a crypto lending platform. You'd give them your crypto, they would pay you interest. Everyone's happy, right? Wrong. Celsius went bankrupt, and I lost a significant amount of money because of it. I'm not going to share the exact dollar amount. That is between me, my husband, and my therapist. But let's just say it was enough to hurt, enough to make me sick to my stomach. And the worst part, it was completely avoidable. If I just listened to the advice from everyone in the crypto community, then their constant repeats of not your keys, not your crypto. Now, look, I'm not saying you should never keep anything on an exchange. Sometimes you need to for convenience, for trading, whatever. But here's my rule now: only keep on exchanges what you're willing to lose, because exchanges are centralized. Companies can go bankrupt, things can go wrong. If you truly want to own your Bitcoin, like actually control it yourself, you need to move it to a wallet where you hold the private keys. We'll talk about wallets and cold storage in a future video, but for now, just know this was an expensive lesson. So, yeah, mistake number 3, not listening to not your keys, not your crypto soon enough. If you want to read more about what happened with Celsius, I'll link some articles in the description. It's a wild story and not in a fun way. Mistake number 4, I didn't start this channel or find in real life crypto friends sooner. So this one's a little different. It didn't cost me any money, but it cost me years of feeling isolated and weirder than I normally feel. None of my friends are into crypto, like none of them. When I would bring this up at girls' dinners or family gatherings, eyes would glaze over and people would change the subject. I felt like I was speaking a different language. And honestly, I just stopped bringing it up. I just kept that part of myself separate. But here's the thing: just making these videos has completely invigorated me. I'm pumped about this. I'm excited to talk about it. I get to connect with people who actually get it. And for those of you who are watching who know me in person, I'm sorry I wasn't being 100% myself around you. It's not that my interest in crypto was a secret. I just wish we could have connected more about it. I wish I'd been more open. So here's what I wish I would have done: found my people sooner. Whether that's starting this channel, joining local meetups, finding online communities, whatever, just finding people who speak this language. Because learning about crypto in a vacuum, lonely. Trying to navigate the space without anyone to talk to, hard. So if you're watching this and you feel isolated in your crypto journey, hi, you're not alone anymore. Drop a comment, let's connect. That's why I'm here. Mistake number 5, I relied on my husband to make our crypto financial decisions. Okay, real talk for a second. In the beginning, I let Dan do all the research, all the deciding, all the thinking. I just went along with it. And these decisions are absolutely a team effort. We're married, we make financial decisions together. I'm not saying that's wrong, but I outsourced the thinking, I outsourced the learning, I outsourced the responsibility. And there is absolutely no reason women should not be in the driver's seat about financial and investment decisions for themselves and their families. I hear women say things like, oh, that's my husband's territory, or my husband takes care of all of our investing. Girl, why? Why are we doing this? Why are we handing over control of something that directly affects our future, our security, our retirement? And here's the thing: women are actually really good at investing, like statistically better than men. Studies show women investors outperform men by about 0.4% annually. That might not sound like a lot, but over decades, that's significant. Women also hold investments 25% longer than men, which means less emotional trading, less panic selling, better long term results. Women are more likely to do their research before investing instead of just jumping in. So, why are we sitting on the sidelines? I don't know about you, but I'm done with that. I'm learning, I'm researching, I am making informed decisions. Dan and I still make decisions together, but now I'm bringing knowledge to the table, not just nodding along. So if you're a woman watching this and you've been leaving the investing to your husband or partner, stop. Get involved. Learn. You're capable. You're smart. And you deserve to be in control of your own financial future. And look, with everything going on in the world right now, it's more important than ever that we take care of ourselves and our families financially because nobody else is going to do it for us. Nobody else is looking out for our future. Nobody else is making sure we're secure. That's on us. So, those are my 5 biggest mistakes: waiting too long to start small, not dollar cost averaging, not protecting my crypto with my own keys, not finding a community sooner, and outsourcing my financial education to my husband. If I could go back and talk to 2013 Laura, I'd tell her, buy $20 of Bitcoin just to see what happens. Set up a $50 DCA. Get a hardware wallet. Find your people, and for the love of learning, learn. But I can't go back. So instead, I'm here sharing my mistakes with you, hoping you don't make the same ones. What about you? What mistakes have you made with crypto? Or if you're just starting, what are you most nervous about? Drop a comment. Let's talk about it. This is a judgment free zone. And if you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button. New videos every week about Bitcoin, crypto, and financial freedom, all explained like you're not a computer engineer. Thanks for watching. See you next time.